Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Coffee and Conversation this Wednesday, October 18th. We are joined today by Michelle Malone. She is the ECE Director at South Minneapolis, YWCA's newest childcare site, and she's going to be presenting on parent engagement and outreach for early childhood. So without further ado, take it away, Michelle. Thanks for being here.
Thank you. Hello, everyone. I'm so excited to be here and to talk about my favorite topic, which is parent engagement and outreach. And I'm just here to brag about all of the stuff that we have done in our different centers. So, but before start bragging, um, I wanted to talk briefly about why this is important. And early childhood is all about connections, and not just connections in our brain, but connections in terms of relationships. So there's a famous quote that says, "No significant learning can occur without a significant relationship." So with us, that starts with families and learning about the families, because children's learning and development are connected to their families, directly connected to their families. And that that's why it's important from the very beginning that we get to know and understand our families and the families that we serve. And that starts with even just the system of all of our centers, which is starting with intake meetings. So with that, we from the very first step, we try to get to know our families, what their culture is, what their needs are, what's important to them. And starting from there, we establish an intentional practice designed to build really strong relationships with the families through daily communication. Right now, we are using ProCare Connect, which is awesome because we get to interact with the families in real time, and the families have apps and they can send messages to the teachers, and the teachers can share photos, and the parents will know what the children are doing, and it's all in one handy app. And with that, we also have two conferences every year at a minimum. So we have our fall conference, which is happening right now, and our spring conference. Um, Also, in terms of relationships, we don't just stop with families. It's also important for the ECE program for us to serve as a bridge in connecting our families with their needed resources, which will then further children's health, development, and learning by connecting our families to the communities. For health, we have partnered with Ready Set Smile, which comes twice a year. They're an awesome company because they give health lessons before they do the actual dental hygiene. They even do a little bit of like cavity services, and they even give resources such as free toothbrush, free toothpaste to all our children. And then we also partner with Rasmussen University, and they did a lot of different health lessons, which is awesome, especially for our preschool program. We are also partnering with Metro State University recently, and they are giving free nursing services for our families. So our families can come and get their flu shot. They can even get a wellness check. They also do flu shots and hand massages for for the stressful parents. They said that it's very important to talk about stress and their mental health as well. In terms of food and meals, all our centers partner with the Child and Adult Care Food Program, and we serve breakfast, lunch, and snack for the children. And our center, the South Minneapolis Center, just started having a partnership with the Kitchen Coalition and Community Bridge, which gives us free meals to go, which they just heat and serve every Wednesdays and Fridays. This has been so helpful to our families so that they don't have to cook at home and they get to spend more quality time together. Then, in terms of clothing and supplies, we through the YWCA we have different drives, especially our winter clothing drive. That's very helpful because last year our preschool program, all our students had boots, winter coat, and winter pants care of the center, care of the organization, and the parents did not have to buy all those things for their children. We also, together as a center, try to reduce, reuse, and recycle by doing clothing swaps every season. And it's been helpful because kids grow up so fast and they outgrow all their things within a year sometimes. We also, all the centers also partner with the Diaper Bank of Minnesota, which the families are so grateful for because our infants and toddlers don't have to bring diapers when they to use for school because we provide that for them. Then one of the things that parents talked to us about was how books are so expensive nowadays. And the children have told us that they don't have a lot of books at home. And so we partnered with Little Free Library. So all our centers have a little free library where they can take a book home and share a book as well. And we also partnered with Free Books Book Buggy. So our center has been able to get a lot of free books from them to use in the center and to bring home as well for the families to enjoy. So, in terms of parent engagement activities, we have one every month, and all the centers have different ones depending on the families that they serve and the community that they're in. So for fall in our center, we had Apple Crunch Week. We made it a week because last year one day wasn't enough, and so we for that week we celebrated farm to early care, and we had a lot of activities. And at the end of the week, we had these bags. These brown bags are take home activity kits for families. I find that our families love bringing home kits that they can do activities with their child. So it's like extending the learning from the school to home. We also have family portraits done because every season families ask if they are able to have access to some backdrops so they can have family photos, because family photos are very expensive nowadays. And so we provide them with free backdrop, and we take pictures of the families, and they come in with their little outfits and they take pictures every season. We also partner with Midtown Global, so we're bridging our families with the community because Midtown Global is just a few steps away from our center, and we partnered with them with various events that are all free. So we had, like, the last year we had a turkey family bingo, which there were prizes, and it's free to join the bingo. So it was very fun, and we had a lot of families join and meet other families as well in the community. They also sponsor Midtown Global also sponsors Halloween events, which was great because it's a not so scary Halloween. So it was perfect for our toddlers to join as well. And for Thanksgiving, all the centers partnered with and got Thanksgiving meal giveaways, which was a hit, especially for our families who said that holidays have been really rough, especially financially. Um, and sometimes they have no access to getting meals for their family, especially during the holiday. So we're very thankful for the Vikings to to be able to extend their generosity and giving and providing Thanksgiving meals, a full big turkey and all the sidings. It was a bag full of everything they need for their meal. In the winter, we have some of our centers have a sweetheart dance, which is very popular. And then some centers have milk and cookies pajama party. Um, we also have different activities that parents can volunteer at, like One World Many Stories is when parents come and read a book to the children, and they can read about any their favorite book growing up or anything that they wanted to share with the children. We had a parent that actually shared a book from their country, one of their books that she grew up with, and she was very thankful to be able to share that not only with her kids class but also with other children. And then again, we partnered with Midtown Global for various events during the winter, like Santa visit. So there's Santa that comes to Midtown Global. They don't charge for having pictures with Santa, which we know is also very expensive for a family. So, and they also have uh, the Lunar New Year, which is free. All of the Midtown Global collaboration events are free for all families, and it really gives our families an opportunity to meet outside of the center and meet the community and learn about different cultures, which is great. Um, Also, we got Delta Dental, who partnered with all our centers and provided presents for our preschool children, which was also a big hit because some of our families weren't actually able to um, buy the presents for their children this year or last year. For spring, we had the biggest part was Week of the Young Child, and all our centers participated in this. And that's a week of different themes. For our center, we decided because everyone was into planting to have a big planting party with the parents, and they got to plant some chia seeds. It's something easy to grow, and they got to bring it home, and we got reports from the parents and the children of how their plants are doing at home. We also had a big salad party. It was is a taste of spring, and the parents shared different salad recipes, and they got to taste different salads and bring home different ingredients like that they wouldn't normally get, they said. So we asked the parents, what are the things that you feel like you wanted to try but never got to try with your children because you were scared? And so they took home quinoa, they took home couscous in those little white bags there, and they tried different recipes with them, and it was a success. We have converted some children into eating quinoa and couscous now. So, and we also partnered with Midtown Global again, this time with their Easter celebration. And for the summer, we have our graduation, our moving up day, and also PNC Bank has sponsored a lot of different field trips for our children. Out, we went to the Science Museum, and also they brought in a lot of different museums to come to the different centers, like the Bakken Museum. We also had a lot of different interactive story time activities with Midtown Global for the summer, and invited people to come over to our center and have popsicle and bubble parties. And that's my bragging part of all the different activities we have had in our center with our families and our community. Right now, we are in the works working with Phillips West neighborhood. We just had a fall festival um, activity with them, and that was a lot of fun. And we also partnered with a company who is giving out light bulbs to our families because which is important in the winter. We also provide a lot of different resources depending on our family, because what we give, it's not a one size fits all, so we make sure that we have different resources available for the different needs of our family. We have a parent board, couple of parent boards in each center dedicated just for the different resources, whether especially the resources that the Y gives. We also have families that are part of parents that ended up joining our workforce development program and are learning to be teachers, which is really cool how it's all interactive. And of course, I don't know why I forgot to mention the very first thing: when they enroll, they get a free membership to our gym as well. And that is like, our parents are asking, when can we start, because they really want to be able to have access to all these different things, that they family friendly things that they can do with their children. So
Michelle, thank you so much for all of that. What a wonderful presentation. And I certainly learned a lot about everything that's going on in ECE, and there is a lot of activity. One question I have is, I heard you speak to your clothing drives and the diaper bank and clothing swaps, and also the Little Free Library. If someone wanted to make a donation of clothing or books or diapers, what's sort of the process for that?
So for the clothing drive, we do send out flyers and posters about that when we're ready to collect them. But in my center, at least in South, it's every season. And with the Little Free Library, it's you can go anytime and bring books. And our Little Free Library is books not just for kids but also for our parents, so we do put some parenting books there as well. And so they read together. We do practice that um, reading together, not just the child or reading to the child, but also when the children see their parents read, they'll want to read as well. They're like sitting next to each other. Yeah, you can go to any of our centers because all our centers have the little library. It's a little house that they can just put the books in. Yeah.
Thank you. I also love I had to laugh a little bit when you said what's something you wanted to try at home food wise, but were scared to try it, because dinner is such a,
Yeah.
there's a lot at stake. You don't want to get dinner wrong when you've got a
Yes.
hungry family, especially with little ones in it. So I just love the idea of bringing home a food item um, that maybe you were too scared to pick up, and a recipe with some ideas. I don't have a question about that. I just thought that was really cool. Um, does anyone else on the call have any questions for Michelle, or comments? I'll mute myself.
This is Lori. My name's Lori Greeno, and actually Mark Potter, who's down below me anyway on the screen, is my brother. I was a board member of the YWCA Minneapolis for 6 years. Can't remember when I rolled off. Probably about 2018, maybe 2019, something like that. And my brother and I and two other siblings, we have a small family foundation that my father endowed, and we were able to support the early childhood learning last year with a grant. And so we were just curious about, how it was going. And I knew a little bit about it because of my board involvement, but honestly, this is so amazing what you guys are doing. I don't know how you keep it all straight. It feels like you are enriching the kids and their families in every way imaginable. And it really makes me proud and emotional to think that that's happening, and that we've played a really teeny small part in hopefully helping make that happen. So thank you, Michelle. I don't really have a question other than, how do you guys do it all? I mean, it's incredible.
Thank you so much for your support. And yeah, it's because of volunteers and donors like you that we are able to do it. And when you see the children and when you really get to know the family, we feel like we're an extension of, like, you really feel like the community is here supporting you, because for some reason when we talk to parents and we have all these different monthly activities, we get to know the parents more, and we casually talk about different things. Oh my gosh, my kid, this is the third shoe I have to buy, he's just growing so fast. And we're like, don't worry about it, we have a sharing shelf, just go there. And we found that sometimes they don't, like, if you ask them, sign up if you need this, they won't. But if it's available to them, they'll take it. And it's like, and keeping their confidence. And you're doing a great job, you're doing your best as a parent, and we're guiding them on, like, this is what we're doing. And our activities every month is an extension of what we're actually doing in the classroom. And so it's almost like a parent education piece as well, because, like, this is what you can do, this is yeah, they do eat like healthy food in school, and they can still eat healthy food at home, and we can make it fun for everybody. And like our dental visits, we just have all these partnerships that really help our families. One of our moms said, oh, the dental place doesn't have an opening until next year because we missed one time, and it was because she got COVID. And so we were very fortunate that the dental the Ready Set Smile would come twice a year and check on our little one's teeth, even the 1-year-old, even one, as long as you have one tooth, you can get your dental check for free. So it was fun to see even the babies, they just got that one tooth, they'll sit there on the chair, they have a full dental chair they bring. It's pretty cool.
Well, that's awesome. Have you guys noticed any, or is there any update on I know that the downtown building is going to be sold, and Michelle, that's probably not your area of expertise, but how are you guys feeling about that? I assume the YWCA is fully committed to continuing their childcare for the downtown families, but in a different location.
We used to be in Abbott, and we just moved to South, and so I know how it feels. But with everything, but we were able to not close at all and just move to another location. And that's with the support of, like, the whole community and the organization. We have, like, executives sweeping on a Sunday, helping us set up. And it really takes, like, the whole team. And I have Stephanie's here too, speaking of supporting the whole team.
Hi, everyone. I'm Stephanie Thomas. I'm the Vice President of Childhood Education. So I work with Michelle and the team. And as Michelle said, we did just do a move at South. And so it was a ton of extra work that the team put in and the organization and community put in, but we were really thankful for the support and for the ability to find that other site, because we wanted to maintain that service when we knew that our space was going to be limited there, or they were moving away from that space. So, we feel the same at downtown. We know the importance of the service and the work that we do for the community that we serve. And the organization is very committed to making that a seamless transition. So, I don't think we have all the answers yet as to what that will be, but there is an organization and the YWCA looking at all of the options for that, whether the facility itself may be sold to somebody, and we may have the opportunity to stay here and rent from that. If we have, I know that they're out right now looking for other locations within the downtown footprint or adjacent to that footprint to be able to keep that service going to the families, and know the importance of that, and the importance of having that transition be really smooth for families so that they don't lose the opportunity for their work based on our need to change. And so it's a large commitment of this organization to kind of continue in the downtown area, but also to continue to strengthen childcare as we look forward.
Well, that's awesome.
I just knew she wasn't.
Good to know you're there, Stephanie. I was actually going to reach out to you, and maybe I still will. Just, I think we've met. Maybe I can't remember.
I bet we
certainly
have,
look familiar, but I think we have. Yeah, and I was very impressed with you and the leadership that you've provided to this whole area. And just so Mark, who's still not on camera, Mark, turn on your camera if you're there. Anyway,
it's a little too early in the morning for that.
Oh, okay.
Sorry.
Well, he did. He's like, I said, I'm going to do this webinar thing. And he's like, well, I want to do it too. I'm like, all right. So anyway, okay. So he's there. Yeah, we just, in seeing the financial results from the last year and, understanding the strategic shift and the closing to downtown, just wanted to make sure that the focus on early childhood is going to be at least as strong, if not stronger, through this transition than it has been. So that was really what we were, thinking about and wanting to make sure was the case.
Well, I appreciate you guys taking the time to be on this piece, and know that that's certainly this organization's commitment, my team. I have a wonderful team who individually serves the families and is very committed to the families of each individual center. And I think as an organization, there's movement, there's change, but we're really looking at what do we know that this community needs, how we serve the community, and what it is that we know we can offer. And childcare is one of those things that we know we have the opportunity to continue to serve and continue to do better each month, each week. There's always more. We have a directors meeting today, and we always run out of time because there's so many things that we have to do, and then so many things we want to do. And so, that's always a continued path of our work. So.
Yeah. Well, sorry I didn't mean to hijack it, but.
No problem. We'd love to, if you guys want to meet and talk about more things, more than happy to do that.
Okay.
Come visit our center as well. Anytime.
Michelle's very proud of our center because it's brand new, just opened up in June, July timeframe. So love to have you guys tour through some of the centers too.
Okay, well, we'll talk about that. Well, thank you. I mean, it's amazing. Just really wonderful to hear about it all. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks, guys.
Awesome.
Thank you, Stephanie and Michelle, and thank you, Lori and Mark, for the conversation. If there's no more questions or anything, we can wrap this up and say goodbye. This was awesome. Thank you so much for that information, Michelle. Great work you're doing. Great presentation. Really appreciate you.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Take care.
Have a good day, everyone. Bye-bye.